It's the 15th of March 1998. It's 1 o'clock at night, and my apartment is pitch dark, apart from the light shining on my desk. There's chaos cluttered on my desk, notes that I made, forms that I printed out, research that I had. I feel tired and frustrated, and the only thing I can think about is giving up. 6 months earlier, I decided that I wanted to start my own company. I made a lot of research, developed my business idea, I talked to potential clients and lawyers, and I traveled countless times over the country to test and discuss my ideas. And now I sit here, tired and frustrated, just like you. Too many open questions, too many contradicting statements, and too many things to do at the same time. Why don't I just throw everything away and forget about starting my own company? But I'm not giving up. When I was 16 years old, I committed myself to not give up. So that was not an option. I managed to push and pull myself through that emotional low, and 3 months later, I started my own company. And this company became Europe's largest online IPO platform. We had almost 70 transactions and generated more than €1 billion of subscriptions. Hi, my name's Franz Philipp Schübbel, also known as FPP, the entrepreneur creator, as hardly anybody's able to pronounce my name correctly. I have been an entrepreneur ever since that night at my desk. This now comes up to more than 20 years, although sometimes it feels like even 3 times as much, and dozens of companies that I formed. During those 20 years, I learned the most effective way to start your company is if you apply 3 important lessons and the concept behind it. Lesson number 1. I myself used to be a perfectionist. I wanted to get everything exactly right. However, this meant that I was thinking for ages and didn't really get to deliver anything. There's even a word for this: analysis paralysis. But you know what? You will not be able to predict what the market wants anyhow. I had my personal aha moment when I was sitting together in an internal software project with developers and users. We were presenting the next version, which still had a few faults. Interestingly, the users suddenly said, "Oh, we're really happy about this new feature," whereas the developers thought that was still a bug. We would not have found out if we had not presented this faulty version to the users. It's best to get out with a draft quickly and get feedback, and then improve in small little iterations. And this applies to every area of the company. The lesson here is, done is better than perfect. Lesson 2. The difference between a good day and a bad day in productivity is not 10% or 20%. It's thousands of percent. You can do that and manage it if you know about the train effect. The train effect describes the fact that it takes a lot of effort and a lot of energy to start moving a train or to stop it. Once a train is rolling, it has a lot of power and energy and is hardly stoppable. If you work a little bit here and a little bit there on your company, and if you constantly change topics, then you stay in that start-stop mode. You invest a lot of time and energy, but you barely move forward. If you chunk your activities together in bigger blocks, you get into that rolling mode and you generate much better results and faster. The lesson here? Concentrate. And I mean concentration in 2 ways. 1, concentrate on one thing at a time. And the second is concentrate as in compress time and effort so that you create more energy, just like in a turbo engine. Lesson 3. In most of my companies, I used to work with co-founders or partners. I really enjoyed exchanging ideas, getting feedback, and discussing different points of views. And I recently read a story that illustrates that effect very well. There was an average poker player who called up 5 other ones. They were also average at most, but they all had one unique trait where they're really good at. So they all got together, locked themselves up, and played poker hand after poker hand. They analyzed each other, gave feedback, analyzed the strengths and weaknesses, and they just talked poker all the time, at dinner, in the whirlpool, everywhere. A couple of days later, they left again. Since then, all these 5 poker players became part of the top 100 poker players in the world. And combined, They won more than $100 million in prize money. The lesson here is, create a group of like-minded individuals or create a support system. You can either do this with other founders, your co-founders, or external coaches. You will be able to level up your game. Based on these 3 principles, I founded many different companies, small ones and big ones. They were in Germany, Luxembourg, and the United States. I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars for lawyers, some of it useful and some of it for mistakes I made. I spent thousands of hours to create these companies. Now I concentrated all those experiences, the knowledge I made, and the money I spent to create the Entrepreneur Ignite Bootcamp. In this bootcamp, you will formulate and verify your business idea. You will write a marketing plan. You will write your full business plan. You will know about apps and software that you can use in your company. We will talk about HR and you'll even learn about accounting. You will prepare all the applications needed for the financial authorities, for social security, for health insurance, and your commercial license, and much more. And the best thing? This will be done in 5 days. We will all come together on Monday morning, and we guarantee that by Friday evening, you will form your very own company. After 5 days, you will be the very proud owner of your own company. 15 years ago, I wanted to prepare for a couple of speaking gigs that I had at different conferences. I went and made research, watched videos, and read books about it. In the end, I didn't even have time to practice it, so I didn't improve at all, although I invested a lot of time to it. I decided that I need to change my approach. I booked the toughest and most expensive workshop in the country. I had to deliver 17 speeches in just 2 days. And after this workshop, I was constantly rated number 1 or number 2 speaker at all the conferences where I've been before. That investment paid back multiple times. I created the Entrepreneur Ignite Bootcamp because I learned myself from that experience how powerful such an intensive workshop can be. I want you to create your company as soon as possible. Apply now to become part of the next batch of entrepreneurs at the Entrepreneur Ignite Bootcamp.